Ladies and gentlemen, what if I told you that your hair might be trying to warn you about something far more serious than split ends? In this video, we'll explore your hair is trying to warn you 5 signs your brain is under stress. These aren't just cosmetic changes. They could be your body's way of sending urgent signals that your mind is under pressure. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand the hidden science behind these signs, but also discover how to protect both your brain and your hair before the damage becomes long-term. What you're about to learn could change the way you see every strand on your head. Have you ever looked in the mirror and felt something was different about your hair, but you couldn't quite explain it? Maybe it seemed thinner, drier, or more fragile than before, and deep down you wondered if it was a sign of something more serious. These small changes can feel unsettling, especially when they happen suddenly. What most people don't realize is that your hair can act like a quiet messenger, reflecting what's happening inside your body, particularly in your brain. It doesn't shout for attention, but it does whisper warnings if you know how to listen. Your hair is more than just appearance. It grows from tiny, living follicles beneath your scalp, each connected to a network of nerves and blood vessels. These follicles depend on a steady supply of nutrients and a calm, balanced environment to thrive. But when your brain is under stress, that balance shifts. Stress triggers the release of chemicals like cortisol, which prepare your body for survival. In the short term, this is helpful, but when stress lingers, those same chemicals start disrupting the health of your follicles. Think of it as your brain sending out an emergency signal that diverts resources away from what it considers non-essential functions. Hair growth becomes less of a priority compared to keeping your heart pumping and your muscles ready for action. Over time, this redirection can weaken the follicles, slow growth, and even cause shedding. It's your body's way of conserving energy when it feels under pressure. The trouble is, if you're not aware of the connection, you might focus only on the hair changes and overlook the deeper issue, that your brain may be silently overloaded. Stress also affects your immune system, sometimes confusing it into attacking the very follicles that produce your hair. This can lead to thinning or even small bald patches. Circulation to the scalp can decrease as blood is redirected toward more urgent areas, further starving your follicles of oxygen and nutrients. Every strand becomes a tiny reflection of how well your inner systems are working together. The good news is that these changes are often reversible when the root cause, brain stress, is addressed. Your hair can recover, and your brain can return to a calmer, healthier state. But the first step is noticing the signs before they worsen. That's why paying attention to what your hair is telling you is more than vanity. It's self-care on a deeper level. In the next part, we'll explore the specific ways your hair may be signaling that your brain needs help. By recognizing these early warnings, you'll not only protect your hair's health, but also give your mind and body the chance to heal, recharge, and thrive. Your hair's message might be the gentle nudge you need to take better care of the most important organ you have, your brain. When you begin to notice changes in your hair, it's easy to dismiss them as the result of age, weather, or a different shampoo, but certain patterns can quietly reveal that your brain is feeling the strain of prolonged stress. One of the most common signs is a sudden increase in shedding. You might see more strands on your pillow in the morning or find your brush filling up faster than usual. This happens because stress disrupts the natural growth cycle, pushing more hairs into the shedding phase before they're ready to fall. While occasional shedding is normal, a noticeable change over a short period is your cue to pause and consider what's happening internally. Another change you may observe is thinning, especially around the crown or temples. This can be subtle at first, but over time it becomes more visible. Thinning in these areas often happens when circulation to the scalp decreases due to stress. Without enough oxygen and nutrients reaching the follicles, the hair struggles to grow as it once did. It's a physical reminder that your brain and body are redirecting resources elsewhere, signaling that balance needs to be restored. Texture changes can also serve as a warning. If your hair suddenly becomes dry, brittle, or frizzy, despite using the same products, stress could be altering your scalp's oil production. This leaves the strands more vulnerable to breakage and dullness. Healthy hair thrives when your body is in harmony, and texture changes are a gentle hint that harmony might be slipping. You may also notice early graying. While genetics play a strong role in hair color, chronic stress accelerates pigment loss by damaging the cells responsible for producing melanin. If you see more gray hairs appearing faster than expected, it's worth considering whether stress might be contributing. In some cases, stress can even cause patchy hair loss, a condition known as alopecia areata. This occurs when the immune system, overstimulated by prolonged mental strain, mistakenly attacks the follicles. The result can be small, smooth patches where hair once grew, which can be distressing both physically and emotionally. These changes don't mean your hair is permanently damaged, and they certainly don't mean recovery is impossible. Instead, they are your body's early warning system, letting you know that it's time to address the stress affecting your brain. The key is to see these signs not as flaws, but as valuable information. They're signals that something deeper needs your care and attention. By recognizing these changes for what they truly are, you give yourself the chance to act early. The sooner you respond, the easier it becomes to protect both your mental health and your hair's vitality. In the next part, we'll focus on how to support your brain so your hair can thrive again with simple daily habits that restore balance, reduce stress, and bring your body back into harmony. Supporting your brain's health is the most effective way to protect the vitality of your hair. When stress takes hold, your mind and body need consistent, gentle care to restore balance. One of the most powerful steps you can take is to release stress each day, even in small moments. Deep breathing, slow stretching, or quiet meditation can calm your nervous system and signal to your brain that it is safe. When cortisol levels drop, your follicles are no longer under constant pressure, allowing them the space they need to repair and grow stronger. These moments of calm may feel simple, but they are powerful medicine for both your mental state and your physical well-being. The food you eat is another direct way to nourish your brain and in turn your hair. Your follicles are made of protein, and without enough of it, hair growth slows. Omega-3 fatty acids help reduce inflammation and keep the scalp healthy, while vitamins such as B12 and D support nerve function and energy levels in the brain. Minerals like zinc help regulate hormone balance, which is often disrupted during stress. By filling your plate with colorful vegetables, healthy fats, and quality proteins, you give your body the building blocks it needs to restore what stress has taken away. Sleep is a natural healer, yet it is often the first thing stress disrupts. Your brain uses deep sleep to repair cells, clear toxins, and regulate the hormones that influence hair growth. Without enough rest, both mental clarity and hair health suffer. Creating a calming bedtime routine, limiting late-night screen time, and keeping a consistent sleep schedule can help you reach the restorative stages your brain needs. Each good night's sleep is like giving your hair and mind a chance to reset. Movement is also essential. Gentle exercises such as walking, swimming, or yoga improve blood flow, delivering oxygen and nutrients to your scalp and brain. This increased circulation helps follicles function at their best, while also releasing endorphins that naturally reduce stress levels. Staying hydrated supports this process by keeping your blood and cells functioning efficiently, so aim to drink water steadily throughout the day. Gentle care for your hair itself is another part of recovery. When your follicles are already under strain, harsh treatments or tight hairstyles can make the damage worse. Choosing softer handling, natural products, and reduced heat styling gives your hair the space to regain strength without additional stress. Above all, remember that your hair's condition is a reflection of your overall well-being. By caring for your brain, you are not only protecting your hair, but also strengthening your memory, focus, and emotional resilience. Every small, consistent choice you make brings your body closer to balance, allowing both your mind and your hair to thrive together in harmony. Over time, the way you respond to stress can reshape both your health and your appearance. Your brain thrives in an environment of consistency, calm, and nourishment, and your hair reflects that stability. The goal is not to eliminate every challenge in life, but to give your mind the tools it needs to adapt without becoming overwhelmed. This begins with awareness. When you notice changes in your hair, view them as a gentle reminder to check in with yourself. Ask whether you've been resting enough, feeding your body well, and making space for quiet moments. These small reflections can reveal what your brain needs most in that moment. It is also important to understand that recovery takes time. Just as stress doesn't damage your hair overnight, healing will be gradual. Each day that you choose to care for your brain, you are creating the conditions for your hair to regain strength. The new growth that appears in the weeks and months ahead will be a visible reminder of the care you have given yourself. This is why patience is an essential part of the process. When you resist the urge to push for instant results and instead focus on steady, consistent habits, your body can restore itself more deeply. Connection with others plays a powerful role as well. Loneliness and isolation can quietly increase stress levels, even if you don't feel them right away. Reaching out to friends, family, or community groups provides emotional support that protects your brain from prolonged strain. These interactions not only lift your mood, but can also help regulate the stress responses that influence hair health. A balanced mind is one that feels supported, and a supported mind is better able to sustain healthy growth throughout the body. Mindset matters too. When you approach self-care from a place of kindness rather than criticism, you allow your brain to relax into the process. Self-compassion lowers stress hormones, improves resilience, and encourages healthier behaviors without the pressure of perfection. Remind yourself that noticing your hair's changes early is a sign of strength, because it means you are paying attention to your body's needs before deeper issues arise. Finally, remember that your brain and hair are not separate parts of your identity. They are connected through the same systems that carry oxygen, nutrients, and messages throughout your body. When one part suffers, the others feel it. By protecting your mental health, you are nurturing every cell, every organ, and every strand. The reward is not just in stronger, healthier hair, but in a mind that feels clear, balanced, and prepared for life's challenges. With each day that you choose rest, nourishment, and mindful care, you are building a foundation for lasting wellness that will reflect in both how you feel and how you look.